Three, two, one. Okay, it's cooking time. Let's cook something yummy. Yes, I said it. Let's cook something yummy. So I started by cutting my meat into tiny pieces. It was the sizes were not equal, so I was just tired because I came back from the market super tired. So after cutting my meat into the sizes that I want, I went ahead and put the meat in the pot. Yeah, that's me. I had to wash the meat in this pot first, and I always like to use running water to wash my meat. Yeah, after washing the meat, yes, I had to put it in this thing. They call it what? Colander? We call it shifter where I come from. We call it a shifter. Yeah, so I put my meat in this colander in bracket shifter. After that, I had to put my meat in the pot. Then I put salt. After putting the salt, so I decided to put 4 Maggies. This Maggi be there like stone. I could not even break the Maggi. I was like, F it. I just put the Maggi in the pot like that. So it was time for me to cut my tomatoes. I had just tomatoes and onions to put in this food that I'm about to cook. After that, okay, I already chopped my onions and my tomatoes. So it was time to put oil in the pot. Oh yeah, my meat was boiling on the side. Is it by the side? On the side, yeah. So I put my red oil. This oil is very expensive, girls and boys. Men and women. Yeah, this oil was very expensive. Yeah, so I put my oil in the pot. So it was time for, I had to wait a little bit for it to get hot. So I put my, so that I could put my onions. So it was time for my onions. Yes, putting the onions now. Putting the onions, stirring. Then it was time to put the tomatoes. So putting the tomato now. After putting the tomatoes, it will take a little while for it to really fry. So stirring. Yeah, it was ready. It was time for me to put the other stuff. You see, yeah, my tomato was okay like that, and my meat was still boiling. You know, I got kids in the house, so the meat has to be tender, has to be done. So I had to pour my meat, my stock, everything in the pot. You see the smoke was smoking. Yes, guys. Yes, so I put my meat in the pot. I had to stir. At this point, I don't even know if you guys know what I'm cooking. I guess most of you don't know. So after that, I had to put my vegetable. Guess the type of vegetable I was putting in the pot. Guess the type of vegetable. So yeah, so I had to squeeze out the water from the vegetable and put in the pot. Then it was time for me. Don't mind my stove. It was the splashes from the tomatoes that from the tomato that I was frying in that pot. So yeah, my stove is not always like this. So it was time for me to stir, mix, do it, anything you want to do. Yeah, this is called Njama Njama. Some people say huckleberry. I don't know if there's an English name for this thing, Njama Njama. But they say it's huckleberry. I take it the way. But when I Google huckleberry, I see different things. I don't know, but at least you guys know it's vegetable because it's green. And green stuffs are always good for you. So I was mixing. Oh my God, I was already salivating while mixing this because it's been months I tasted Njama Njama. Yes, so I kept, look at the oil. My mommy spoiled us with putting oil in the food too, and it's not good for me. Red oil has a lot of cholesterol. That's by the way. Okay, my stuff was almost ready. It was almost ready. So look at this one was disturbing me, and the other one too. The boy number 3 was disturbing me. But I'm like, okay, let's just cook because they were hungry. It was time for them to eat. Yes, that's my Njama on the plate. Guys, that's my Njama. That thing was yummy, y'all. There was no time for me to show you guys how I was cooking the fufu because we were super hungry. Yes, you see the Njama. Look at the details. Look at the details. Take a look at the details. And that's my fufu. I did microwave fufu because there was no time for me to show you guys how to cook the fufu. I was hungry. I was super hungry myself. My babies were crying because I didn't want to give them some other thing. So we had to eat fufu.